All right. So let's go ahead and lay down in squat neutral. We're going to start here. Today's going to be more of like a low-key stretch day. It's raining outside, it's cold. So let's go ahead and cross our right leg over our left knee. We're going to draw our left knee in towards us. And you can either hold static here, or if you want, you can draw circles on the ceiling with this left knee. So this is opening up the outer thigh, the inner thigh on your right leg, as well as the glute, and it's also giving a little hip flexor massage on your left leg. Good, good. Start to notice your breath. You can close your eyes if you want. I'll continue to cue you verbally. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's slide our right knee over towards the left. Left arm on right knee. We're going to straighten the left leg. Right arm to the ground. Pin your right shoulder down for a gentle spinal twist. Let your right knee drop to the side. And have your gaze over towards your right hand. Today's all about comfortable range of motion. So we want to go to the edge of discomfort, never pain when it comes to stretching. Inhale here, big exhale. And come back to center. Take it to the other side. So right leg is bent, left leg over right knee, foot is flexed. Let's draw it in. Hug that right knee in. And we keep this foot flexed up on top to engage the muscles around the knee that act kind of like a bumper guard for our kneecap to keep the knees nice and safe. Drawing circles. In through the nose, out through the mouth. It's finally starting to feel like fall. Keep going, guys. All right, same thing on this side. Slide your left leg over towards your right hip. Extend your right leg. Left knee towards the right. Pin your left shoulder down. And drop your gaze to the left. In through the nose. Exhale. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. Let's go ahead and come back to center. Next up, we're going to just do parallel stretch here. So kind of the same thing, more for the hip flexors. So right leg in. We've done this before. Draw that horseshoe shape into your armpit. Both feet are flexed. And if you want, you can drift your opposite leg a little bit away to get more stretch in that hip flexor. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and switch. Good, you guys. Good. All right, 3, 2, 1. Come to tabletop for me. You're going to roll over to the right, drop the knees, keeping them at 90 degrees, graze the toes along the floor, and circle back, and then go back the other way. So inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. And if it's helpful to remind yourself to keep the spine down, have your hands on either side of you and make sure that you can't pass them under you. 2 more on each side. Very gently waking up the obliques, waking up the lower abs. 1 more. Keep the shoulders quiet. All right. Good, good, good. Let's do straight leg stretch today, starting with hands reaching for the ceiling. So even as I stretch out, even though my spine is lifted, I'm already thinking about closing the corset, right? Like I'm being zipped up in a corset. So reaching for the sky, inhale. Feet are flexed, exhale. Chin to chest, navel to spine. 0 momentum, sit on up. Continue to exhale until you're past your feet, reaching past the toes. Inhale, exhale, sit up nice and tall, and then the second half is contracting back down. If you want, you can add a variation. You can reach from the floor like I'm doing. You can make it a neck pull by bringing the elbows wide, just on your periphery. Good. Wonderful. Whatever you need today. Good. Inhaling up. And the belly button pulls you back down. Let's do one last one here. Exhale. Sitting up tall. And we're going to stay at halfway as we roll back down. So stay here, sitting up. I'm going to scoot back so you can see me. I'm actually going to fix this. There we go. I want you guys to see my spine. So we're going to do saw pose now. We're switching up the order of things. So you'll see I'm open wide and I'm sitting up straight like I have a back brace on, or that corset from before. I'm going to inhale to open wide. Think of leading with this open shoulder. I'm going to exhale to reach past my right leg. So sawing off the outside of my pinky toe. And I'm going to inhale to switch and reset. Exhale. Just like that spinal twist we did at the top, when I cross and go to the opposite side, my back hip needs to stay down. So if you feel yourself lifting, come back, do that side again, restart, and decrease the range of motion. So stretches, I know depending on your background, especially if you took dance, a lot of people use stretching at the top of class to show off and intimidate everyone if you're at an audition. I dealt with that a little bit when I was a performer. That's not the purpose, you know? So if you need to slide your feet in, if it feels a little intense, having your feet wide, that's a-okay. Stretching is not a show off. It's self-care. You know, it's to make sure you can do the things you need to do. One more on each side. Make sure the toes are flexed, pointing towards the sky. Good, sit up tall. All right. Now we're going to do butterfly pose. So bring the soles of your feet in, again, sitting up tall. We're going to keep that back brace on, shoulders down away from the ears. Think of pulling your shoulder blades together. And we're going to lean forward, making sure our hips are still on the floor with our sits bones, our butt bones. We're going to drift over to the right, keeping our left hip down. And you're going to sweep through center over to the left, keeping the right hip down. Sweep through one more time, over to the right. Be aware if you're starting around your spine. Good, guys. All right, nice job. Let's go ahead and come down onto one side. Doesn't matter which, we will do both. You're gonna have your head in your hand. We're gonna do our passe leg lifts because these are great for opening up the hips. So let's remember where turnout is. I'm gonna scoot up a little bit so you can see my socks. So the top of my foot is not turned out. If it's pointing towards the ceiling, like right now, that is turned out. You want your knee to be pointing towards the ceiling as you exhale up. So I'm gonna go from a pointed toe to a flexed foot at the top and come down. So now it's flexed. And then I'm just going to reverse that. So I'm now coming down on a pointed toe. See that? Slide down, exhale on the way up, toe ball heel, roll through with control. And as I'm doing this, I'm making sure to be aware that my hips stay right on top of each other. A lot of us, when we go up, if we're struggling and we're new to the idea of turnout, which is normal, a lot of people want to open up like that. Stay open to the side, yeah? Because that trains our glutes, our booty muscles. Who doesn't want better booty muscles, right? Let's do one more on this side after this one. So another helpful cue is to think of your knee pulling you up off the ground rather than feeling weighted down. When we feel weighted down, we tend to do that. If we imagine someone lifting us up, suddenly we have way better turnout. Okay, go ahead and finish the one you're on. Let's do our inner thigh lift. So kickstand this front leg and drop it over. This bottom leg, your heel should be pointing right towards the ceiling to make sure you're turned out. We're gonna exhale up and hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, relax. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, relax. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Exhale, lift. You should be able to see your heel and your big toe without lifting your head from your hand. Relax. 3 more. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Last one. Lift and hold. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Let's switch to the other side. We're going to do those placé leg lifts. Okay. So same thing as the other side, head in the hand. Second side tends to be the lazy side, so make sure your hips stay stacked right on top of each other, same as the shoulders. Let's start with the knee pulling us up through the ceiling. Toe ball heel, come down on a flexed foot. Keep that turn out, heel ball toe, pointed foot, inhale down, knee to the ceiling until the very last second. Good, you guys. As stressful as working from home is, I woke up this morning and saw what the weather was outside, and I was like, you know what? I'm okay with quarantining today. I do not mind working from home. My dog hates the rain. She was very unhappy when we had to go potty this morning outside. So she was very happy to not have to spend a whole lot of time outside today. Good. How are your hips doing? Let's take an inventory. We got a couple more. And keep them stacked right on top of each other. I know it's hardest right there at the top. Let's do one more. Exhale. Toe ball heel. Bring it down and reverse it. Stay nice and light. Lift. Beautiful. All right. Kickstand this front leg. Feels good to bend that leg. All right, heel to the ceiling on the bottom leg. Inhale, prepare to lift. Exhale, 3, 2, 1, lower. Exhale, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Exhale, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good, squeezing the inner thighs together. 3, 2, 1. Make sure you can see your heel. 3, 2, 1, lower. 2 more. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Last one, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Excellent. All right, roll onto your belly for me. Hands under shoulders, squeeze the glutes. Come on up to swan. All right, and since we started with some oblique work, let's look over our right shoulder. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, squeeze your glutes, even though we're at the top of the pose, right? Let's move through over to the left. Same rules apply. Good. And knees apart, toes together, child's pose, just to recalibrate. We'll spend more time here near the end of class, so try not to set up camp. Good. 3, 2, 1. Come on up into tabletop. We're going to do a little bit of cat-cow. So if you want, you can curl your toes under, stretch the calves a little bit. Either way, we're going to inhale to drop the belly, cow pose. Lift the gaze just a little bit. Push the shoulders away from the ears. Good. Stretch the abs. Exhale, belly button up to the ceiling. Curl like a cat. Push your hands into the floor. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Good. Inhale, cow. Last round. Exhale, cat. Start to picture your spine like a jump rope moving left to right. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. Now we're going to switch the breathing. So inhale. Exhale, cow pose. Inhale, cat pose. Exhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Good. 3. Keep this rhythm up. 2. Last one. Excellent, you guys. All right. Next up, we're going to thread the needle. This is an arm stretch. So Let's start with the right arm. Right arm is going to be static. You're going to bend it down to 90 degrees, and you're going to bring your ear to the mat all the way down, sending your left arm through. Just breathe. You can play with depth, how intense you want the stretch to be. Some people also like to interlace the fingers and give a gentle tug. 3, 2, 1. Push into the right hand to lift up. Do the same thing on the other side. This is really good for opening up the shoulders and the upper back. A few good cycles of breath here. Good. 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're going to do, let me just check time. Oh, we're doing good. We're doing amazing. All right. We're going to move into pigeon. So take right foot up, shin is parallel to the top of your mat, and you're going to flex the right foot before you send your left leg back. That's going to find your balance. You want both hips to be sharing your weight equally. Once you find your sweet spot, you're going to lower down onto your elbows if you can, or you can stay at the top of the pose, whatever you guys prefer. So you stay there. I'm going to scoot down and did not frame myself well today. And that's on me. And if you want, you can also bring it down a little bit. We're going to spend a little bit more time in this pose today. So now you can start making yourself at home. Keep it active. That's all I ask. So keep breathing, keeping aware of your inhale and exhale. Keep your right foot flexed. And be aware if you're leaning to one side or the other. Try to keep it even. Good. Let's very gently walk our hands or elbows over towards the right knee, still keeping our weight equal. And let's stay at that level, nice and smooth. Sweep through center. Walk your hands over towards your foot, so towards the left. Good. Let's come back to center. Find your way back to the top of the pose. No rush, take your time. When we're here, let's tuck our back toes under for the hip flexor stretch and very gently press your pelvis into the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Untuck the toes, push your hands into the mat. Send back your right leg. Let's switch it out for our left. Shin is parallel to the front of the mat. Same as last time. Flex the foot and then you send the right leg back. Equalize the hips. And then start your stretch. Hope you guys are getting to do some fun fall stuff even though we're isolating and staying in quarantine, staying indoors. I know my friends and I want to go apple picking at some point. I think that'll be fun. I'm from Colorado where nothing grows. So that's always a fun, exciting thing for me, living here in the Northeast. All right. And same as last time, let's walk the hands or the elbows over towards the left knee to start. Good. Float through the middle over to the right or right over your left foot. Good, guys. Find your way back to center, back to the top of the pose. Take your time. When you're ready, tuck under your right toes and lift up for that hip flexor stretch. Shoulders away from the ears. Good, you guys. 3, 2, and 1. Untuck your toes, push your hands into the floor. Real quick, let's do a nice wide child's pose. Knees apart, toes together, hands down the center of the mat. And still we are not at the end yet, so we're gonna lay all the way down. Nice and easy, be gentle with yourself. This is gonna be an arm and chest opener, so let's start with left arm. You're gonna lay it down flat. You're going to take your right foot and bring it behind yourself, and very, very slowly with control, roll yourself onto your side until you feel a nice stretch in your bottom arm and shoulder. And you can play with positioning. I like mine a little bit higher, as you can see. And this hand is your brake, so to speak. So if you need to, you can lean into it. I hold a lot of tension in my shoulders, so I love this stretch. This is one that I do a lot. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Start by bringing the foot over, because that's your heaviest part. Use this arm as a brake, and as you switch, let's tuck in the left arm, send out the right arm, look to your left arm, start with the foot behind the knee, and move till you find that sweet spot. Three, 2, and 1. Toes come back, and then the arm. All right, lift yourself through tabletop. Let's do a real quick downward facing dog. So through tabletop, send your hips up to the sky, shoulders to the floor. Press your hands into the mat, heels down. Here you can walk the dog, wiggle the knees, wiggle the hips, whatever feels natural. Come onto your tiptoes, stretch the arches of the feet and come back down. Do that 2 more times. And 1 more time. Good, very gently find your way back to tabletop, and you're gonna turn lengthwise on your mat or your soft surface. We're gonna send out our right leg. We're gonna start nice and open. Opposite hand, opposite knee, lift it up, up, up. And over, flexing the toes. Try to keep your chest open here. We will fold forward towards the floor in a moment. Yep, summer is over. I'm facing my windows right now, so all I can see is just rain. Let's come on up. You can either slide your leg or you can turn to face it. Doesn't matter to me. So hands up, inhale to extend, exhale to lower and fold. Again, keep this active. It can be easy to check out. Three, 2, 1, come back up, right foot in, left leg out. All right. Opposite hand, opposite knee. Bring it up, 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 and over. Felt we were overdue for a stretch and flexibility day. You know, especially when the seasons change, usually a lot of stress comes along with that. I know everybody's stressed right now. So I don't know about you, but I definitely needed a nice long stretch today. Let's come on up. Either move your leg or move your body to face your leg. I'm going to do a little bit of both. Inhale to lift up nice and high. Toes are bright towards the ceiling. Exhale to lower. Again, we want the toes to be flexed and engaged here so that we get a hamstring stretch. This should feel really, really good. This is one of my favorite stretches. This and probably pigeon. 3, 2, 1. Come on back up. Let's do the arms real quick, or a little bit more of the arms rather. In these last few minutes, let's cross the right arm across the body. You can take the left arm above or below the elbow. Pull the shoulder down away from the ear. Sitting up nice and tall. And switch, other side, pull the shoulder down. Notice your breath, notice what's present with you. Good, guys, and let's do the chicken wing. So right arm across and down, you're pulling it over with your left hand. Stick your left elbow out and drop your head and your gaze towards your left shoulder. Stretching out the right side neck muscles and the back of the left arm and shoulder. Good, let's go ahead and switch. So right elbow sticks out now. And we're not pushing the neck down, we're just letting the natural weight of our head engage the stretch because our heads are heavy. Great, guys. All right, last leg stretch. Both legs are going to be out. Be patient with yourself. Only do what feels good to you. Only the edge of discomfort. So keep your feet flexed and engaged here as you bring your hands forward. And wherever you land today is wherever you land today. Try to keep the back straight, shoulders away from the ears. It's a great song to end on. Walk the hands over towards the right leg. Don't forget to breathe. Walk the hands over through center to the left. Back to center, slowly walk your hands up. It's that time. Let's spend the next minute or so in a nice, deep, wide child's pose. You've earned it, hands down the center. Or if you're like me and you want more of a shoulder stretch, bring the hands up behind the head. In through the nose, out through the mouth. These last few cycles of breath are dedicated to you for making it to the end of this practice.
Again, thank you.
You're so welcome. Slowly wake your way up. It is 4:30. I'm gonna let you go. I hope that was helpful today. Thank you.
Yeah, that felt really good. Thank you. Perfect for the weather.
Right? I was like, I just need to stretch today.
Cool. See you.
Sounds
Bye.
good. See ya.